Hey, y'all, it's your girl Shay. Welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing amazing. I hope y'all are doing good. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of the women out here in the world. As a woman, we nurture, we care for, we encourage, we inspire. We do a lot of great things as women. And I just wanted to say, even if you don't have children of your own, I'm sure you're an awesome auntie, godmommy, mentor, friend, all of the things that make a woman a woman. We walking out femininity today and we give God all the praise for that because being a woman is being awesome. It is an awesome blessing from God. So happy Mother's Day. All right, y'all, let's get into it. So today, normally on Mother's Day, if you all do not know, well, first of all, let me go back. Welcome all my new subscribers. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining the family. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I am grateful. Thank you to all my day ones, because y'all already know the vibes. You already know the vibes. So normally, if you want to get in your comfy spot, it is Mother's Day. I don't know what you all have planned, but if you want to learn a little bit about some things that my mother has taught me that you can implement in your own life, or that you could even implement in parenting your daughters or your sons. But it'll be coming from a daughter's perspective because I'm a daughter. So anyway, I'm normally messed up on Mother's Day, y'all. I'm normally messed up on Mother's Day. I'm normally messed up on my mother's birthday. But you know what? Today I give God praise. And I give God praise for healing and for grieving, and being able to do this video for you today is a major milestone. Major milestone. Shout out to all my women who have lost their mother, all my fellas who have lost their mother. It is nothing like losing your mother. I don't care if your mother didn't do things the way you wanted her to. She didn't rise to the occasion that you felt like she needed to rise to. Something happens in utero. Something happens when you live in a human for 9 months. There's a bond there that cannot be broken. So I just want to say, my heart is with you today. If you are grieving your mother, if you're grieving a grandmother, if you're grieving an auntie, if you're grieving a sister, if you're grieving any woman figure in your life, my heart is with you today. So my mother passed away in 2016, and it was very difficult for me. It was very difficult for me. It was very difficult for my family. And I went through a lot of changes during that time, and made some really poor choices during that time, during my grieving process, and learned a lot along the way. So now I'm at the point where I can actually share some things that my mother has taught me with the world. I feel like I've been sharing this whole time because my mother is within me. She's always with me. Her blood runs through my veins. So I ain't sad about that no more, but sometimes I'm just in the flesh and miss her. So to honor my mother, Miss Sue, today, we're going to talk about some of the pearls that she has given your girl, okay? And my sisters. Shout out to my sisters because, you know, they're my sisters. They're part of my flesh and my flesh as well. All right, y'all, I have some things here. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I can't find my glasses, which is very un-Virgo-like. Okay, I think I know where they are, but I don't feel like getting up to get them because I'm just trying to roll with it. So just be with me. So I'm going to go through some things that my mother has taught me along the way, and hopefully some of these things can help you and you can encourage your children as well. All right, y'all. First thing, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. When people copy you and do what you do, this used to bother me. I'm not saying it still don't grind a gear too, okay? But my mother would always say, you hard on you, but they want to be just like you. So in your life, you experience the same thing. Y'all experiencing the same thing. I'm sure it's somebody out there that feels like, you know, they want to do everything the way you want to do it. But at the end of the day, you're your worst critic, right? And they're basically giving you a compliment by wanting to emulate you. That is a compliment. It's the greatest form of flattery. So my mother taught me that, and I'm still learning those lessons. Number 2, treat yourself. Growing up, my mother would always buy me things, and she's created a monster. Y'all follow me on the gram, you know your girl be shopping, okay? But my mother, whenever I would have a hard time with something, we shopped every Saturday anyway. We were shoppers. We went to the mall every Saturday. We got new things. That was how she parented. That's how she rewarded us for things that we did well. And that was just something that became a standard in her parenting style. But when I became an adult and I was going through difficult times, my mother would slip me a gift card to Macy's. Go buy you a new perfume. She would say, go buy yourself something. So she always taught me to smell the roses and to treat yourself. That's why self-care is a big thing now and people are all up on it. But my mother been preaching this to me for a long time. Treat yourself, okay? You're going through a hard time. Hard time's gonna come. You gotta do something to kind of get out of that mind frame. I ain't saying don't pray about it, don't do, you know what I mean? You do that stuff too. But treat yourself, okay? She taught me that. Number 3, never let them see you sweat. I don't care what you're going through. That's your business. You choose to share your business with who you choose to share your business with. Everybody don't need to know your business. And if you're going through a difficult time, like I shared with y'all in my last video, I went through a very, very, very difficult time recently. And I shared it with y'all. I felt comfortable too because y'all my people. You know what I mean? You mean me well. And you all have good energy and I feel it. I feel it from your comments. I feel it from just the energy of my channel. And I'm very grateful for you all. But y'all don't let them people see me sweat? No, ma'am. So that's something Sue taught me. Number 4, never quit. Don't quit. Do not quit. I don't care what you set out to do. Do not quit. If you set out to do it, do it. Like I talked about my living a purposeful life. You know, if you set out to do something, if God set your feet ablaze to do something, do it. Do it. Don't quit because there's glory on the other side. Number 5, laugh and live. My mother loved to go to the casino. And I'll be funny. The thing, my mother was a very reserved woman. She was very reserved and she was very firm and stern. And one thing about her, she loved to laugh. My mother would get on that phone. I knew her whole schedule. She'd come home from work. She was a school teacher. She was an English teacher for 30 plus years. And she would come home from work, come home from school, take her clothes off, put on her house coat. If y'all know what a house coat is. It ain't no robe, baby. It's a house coat, meaning it had like some type of embroidery down here. It came all the way down to the ankle, long sleeve, had some same embroidery around the wrists, and it zipped all the way up. My mother would put on her house coat. My mother would start dinner. My mother cooked every day. So many people watching this probably like, my mother cooked every day. I can count on one hand how many times we ate out growing up. We probably ate out, I can't even give you a number, 3-4 times in a year. My mother cooked every day. My mother would put on her house coat. She'd come downstairs. She'd cook her dinner. While she was cooking her dinner, she was on that telephone. My mother was recapping her day. My mother was talking her talk. She was doing a little bit of gossiping. She was doing whatever she wanted to do, and she was laughing. My mother did that every day, and she didn't get off the phone till it was time for her to serve dinner to her family. That was her schedule. But she laughed. No matter what she went through, she was able to laugh through it. And she went to the casino on the weekend and she lived her life with her husband. Okay? And her husband treated her well. And she was an example for me for that. So ladies out there, you do not have to be doing. My mother cooked every day. My mother cleaned all the time. My mother cleaned every weekend. All the house was always clean, neat, presentable, ready for company. And she had hot food on the table. But let me tell you something. Her man did for her. Some of y'all doing that for people who ain't even gave you a commitment. Let me say it again. Some of y'all doing that for people who ain't even gave you commitment. That's another thing she taught me. I'm kind of going off script right now, going off the thing right now. But she taught me, do not treat a boyfriend like a husband. He's your boyfriend. He ain't your husband. Your husband gets other access to you. Your husband should feel like when he gets you, he gets a prize. He gets special access to you that no one else has had. You understand what I'm saying? He committed to you to love, honor, and cherish you in front of God, his friends, and his family. He deserves more from you than somebody who decides whether they want to pick up your phone call or not. Y'all heard me? Run that back. Okay, so she taught me that. Another thing she taught me, look your best at all times and smell good every day. My mother wore Chanel No. 5 every day. If y'all been following me for a while, then y'all know that. It was a season where I said, Ma, maybe Chanel No. 5, not every day. Maybe we can get you a lower end, perfume that you can wear, every day. And then we got a Flower Bomb by Victor Rolf. She loved it. But once Flower Bomb was gone, she ain't never replaced it. And she went back to Chanel No. 5. And then we upgraded and got her the real perfume. Not the Eau de Toilette, but the real perfume that comes in a little thing. She would wear that on Sunday morning to church. And then she would wear Chanel No. 5 throughout the day. My mother had a schedule. She was classy. She was classic. You know what I mean? She had a signature style about herself. Never painted her nails, but her nails were the prettiest hands I'd ever seen in my life to this day. She just was amazing. I love you, Ma. But she taught me, look my best. My mother would feel like trash a lot of days. People would call her on the phone. She made time for people. That's another thing. I'm going out of the order, but I'm going off my heart now. She made time for people. People would call her in distress. They didn't know she was sitting in her kitchen on oxygen, barely breathing, but my mother made time for people. She called people on their birthdays. She sent cards to people who were grieving, who were sad, who were sick and shut in. That was her ministry. That's what she did. And she wasn't no fake and no phony. If she ain't mess with you, she ain't mess with you. But if she did, she loved you with everything she had. And I love that about her. And people who know me in real life, I'll send you a card. I'll send you a text. It is never all about me. It never should be all about you. You should be able to give to others. And sharing your experience is given to others as well. That's why, I'm on this channel, sharing experiences and sharing things that I know to make other people better, to make other people realize that you matter, that you're valued, right? Another thing, be independent as a woman. Never depend on a man. Don't get it twisted. Big Al took care of Sue. Okay, she picked a good one. But let me say this, well, he picked her. But regardless, he took care of her. But she had. Just in case. And she told me, just in case they want to be cute, just in case they want to act funny, you have your own as a woman. You be independent as a woman as much as you can be. And my mother was that. She worked 30-something years. And no, she had to. I mean, they wasn't balling like that where, she added to the life that she provided for her family. But at the same time, she was very independent, and she was dependent a little bit on my father. She was, but he was a safe person to be dependent upon, but she had it. If I ran into a problem as an adult out here shopping and partying and carrying on, and I ain't had no money to pay them bills, let me tell you something. Sue called me, come get this card. Come get this MECU. If you're in the Baltimore area, come get this MECU card. That's the credit union. Come get this MECU card. Go get you $100. Go get you $40. My mother made sure she took care of her kids, because my father gonna give it to you, but he gonna fuss. One thing about Sue, she had her own stash, and he knew she had her own money. She had her own thing that was separate outside of them. Be independent as a woman. That's very important. Another thing, stand firm for principle. Stand firm for what you believe in. My mother went to college at 16. She was a very smart woman. She used to pick cotton in the summer for extra money. And let me tell you something. That was a humbling experience, and I come from that stock, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of her. She went to college at 16. She was a beauty queen, and she was exceptionally smart. But when she was in college and everything was going on during the civil rights era, my mother did sit-ins. She would sit in. They said when they would ask them to leave, she would leave. And then they would come back the next day. And they would sit in again. They would ask them to leave, and then they would leave, and they would come back again the next day. She stood for principle. I'll never forget this story. We were in Walgreens, and she was buying some these little drinks or something. We were going to a repast, and she wanted to bring something. So we had like some little drinks or something, like a little 6 packs of juices or something. Them juices was supposed to be 99 cents a pack. They was ringing up at the register $1 a pack. Let me tell you something. Sue, let me tell you what Sue did. Let me tell you. She said, oh no, y'all gonna give me my penny. I ain't giving y'all $1. When I say she was so $1 extra from what you had, she was very, very on principle. Very, very on principle. And I remember being younger, I had a friend and I would spend the night over there, and my mother felt like everything was fine. And then I remember one time my best friend got her license at the time, and we stole her mother's car in the middle of the night, went joyriding and gallivanting, and her mother found out that we had left and drove her car. My parents was in Atlantic City at the time, and I'm staying the night. I'm the youngest, so my siblings are grown. Okay, I'm 16. My siblings are grown. My mother found me in the house. I was in the house with another friend. And I ain't gonna call nobody names, but my friend, she watching me. I know she watching me. My mother came home from Atlantic City probably like 7 in the morning, 7 or 8 in the morning. Came home to find me in the room, sleep with one of my other friends that because she had a little sleepover party, right? We were scared to death in that big house. We had stuff up against the door. My mother was like, why that door closed? Well, my mother found us in there. She said, what you doing here? I said, her mother dropped us off. Her mother got mad, dropped us off in the middle of the night at home. And my other friend was scared to go home because her mother would find out that that's what we did. And we knew that my parents was gone. Anyway, my mother said, oh, that's what happened. She asked me what happened very calmly. Very calmly. Didn't get into no stuff. I said, yeah, well, this is what happened. We stole the car. Wasn't no need a line. She was going to find out. My mother did it. Oh, okay. She ain't say nothing else to me. Next thing I know, she's on the phone. She's on the phone with this mother, my friend's mother. She's on the phone with her and said, you know, when I send Shayna over there, I send her over there thinking that she's going to be treated like she is when she's at home. She was like, you don't drop my daughter off in the middle of the night and don't call me and don't tell me anything. And then to know that I was out of town. My mother told me that day, you'll never spend a night over there again. Let me tell you, I thought it was going to blow over. I was like, oh, she going to change her mind. I thought it was going to blow over. Let me tell you something. My mother stuck to that. My mother never wavered, never barked, never yelled, never screamed. Ma, can I spend night so-and-so house? No. But Ma, what? I already told you was never spend a night over there again. Let me tell you something. When you're a woman of principle, when you have your standards intact, you ain't got to be ignorant. My mother was classy. She stood up for what she believed in. She never cursed nobody out. My mother ain't have no potty mouth or none of that. Let me tell you, she said what she meant. She meant what she said. And that was the end of that. It was bang the gavel. Shout out to my mother. Anyway, that's all I got, y'all. It's many other things. It's many other pearls that she shared with me. But I just wanted to come by and wish all the ladies a happy Mother's Day. If you are getting tired and weary in your well-doing, please don't. Children can be a challenge. Mothering can be a challenge. And stick with them, because if it were not for my mother by my side, I'm gonna say it again, if it had not been for my mother on my side, I don't know where I would be. I love my father dearly, but without my mother, I don't know where I would be. I don't know where my family would have been. I don't even know where my father would have been if it had not been for her. As women, we hold power. We hold weight. Use it in a positive way. Sow into your children, sow into your husband, sow into your family, and sow into yourself so you're able to give them the best version. My mother stuck to her routines and her rituals, and she did not waver. That's what I want y'all to get from this. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. As women, we have a heavy charge. But some of us are letting it go by the wayside because we tired. We need you, girl. We need you. The world needs you. Your kids need you. The people you serve need you. Your job needs you. We need you. And we need you in your most feminist energy. We need you. All right, y'all. That's all I had to say. Shout out to all the women. Shout out to all my friends who've lost mothers. Nikki, Julie, Danny, Lauren. It's more, I know, but that's what came to my mind. And please don't hurt me for saying that. Those women, we hanging in there. We hanging in there. Losing a mother's a hard thing, y'all. All right, y'all, that's it. But we're here and we're examples of their light and their love. Please share that with the world. Share this video with someone who's going through. Share this video with someone who you feel could benefit. That's all I got today, y'all. Enjoy your day, women, because there's none like us. Okay, that's it. Often imitated, but never duplicated. All right, y'all, that's it. Brings me to my spiel. Follow me on the gram all week and I'll be talking about whatever feels good to my soul. All right, y'all. Remember, ain't nobody better than you, and you deserve the best out of life. And did I say this your girl Shay? Welcome back to my channel. Probably not. Anyway, if so, it's coming at the end. All right, y'all. Brings me into my spiel. I hope this message has inspired you. I hope this message finds you blessed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in my next video.